Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Coots, back at it again. So the purpose of this video today is just to update everybody on everything that's going on, all the followers and people who actually follow along. Because I haven't been documenting any of the car builds or anything like that. I've been doing work on that. I got good news and bad news for this video. I also got some news on the GSX-R. We'll get to that first. But just bear with me. I'm still getting used to talking to the camera. I got a lot to cover, so I'll do my best and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's go check out that GSX-R so we can get this started. Alright. Hold on one second. Oh, the dude, man. Anyway, so quick update real quick. God, my camera's not focusing. Nick's bike's all nice and fixed up, got it all clean. He crashed the up. It's all fixed up. He's ready to go again. Lucky man. Hopefully we can get some footage of this beautiful beast going on to my dad's Z06. This thing's a monster. 600 horsepower, naturally aspirated beast. Hopefully I can make it out to LS Fest next year and get some footage of this thing. That'd be awesome. Anyway, so what I was about to show you is I got some one of the bad news that I got to share with you guys today. I wrecked the GSX-R about 3 weeks ago. Freaking knee's still bleeding. Got in the shower this morning, softened up my scabs, but yeah, she got wrecked. I was coming down the canyon, and Utah doesn't know how to build bridges worth of. Fortunately, I got my frame sticker because I don't have any freaking spools or anything on it yet to protect it. Really messed it up. Took a digger. Busted out my blinker light, mirror, even the bulb's done. Really sucks. Scratched the back up. Scratched the pipe all up. It's all got little scratches on my tail. Tank. Luckily the tank didn't get scratched up, but I put a nice dent in it right here. I don't know if you can see that, unfortunately. Freaking brand new bike. I've only gotten her up to, what is that, 3,280 miles on it, and I freaking wrecked it. Unfortunate, man, but I'll fix her up. We'll make her clean again. Yeah, what happened was we were riding through the canyon. You know, we were going fast, you know, but not like out of our comfort zone or anything. But Utah can't build bridges, so there was a big old dip in the road. I couldn't tell how deep it was because without my glasses, my far side's really blurry. And I happened to be on the brakes, getting ready for the turn to go into it. Since I was on the brakes, as soon as I hit that bump, kicked me into a freaking stoppie. I'm going like 80 in a nose wheelie, man. My ass is off the seat. Luckily, I saved it. I set it down. I've got like 30 feet left of road before the turn. And this turn has a dirt pull off. There was a black SUV parked right there, like directly in front of me, and then the dirt goes about maybe 20 feet, and then it's a drop off. It's a cliff. There's a river down there. And then there was a white car coming in the oncoming. I set it down, scrubbed as much speed as I could, avoided the black car, but I didn't want to go off the cliff, so I just scrubbed as much speed as I could as soon as I hit the dirt, because I didn't want to slow down too much or try to make the turn because there was a white car coming. So I just scrubbed as much speed as I could. As soon as I hit the dirt, I just locked it and tunked it. Took one for the team there, so I didn't go off the cliff or anything, but yeah, she took some damage. It's real unfortunate. My freaking it's all sphered up. I don't know why the camera isn't focusing very well, but I don't know if you can see it, but my brake lever is just completely torqued backwards. That was a fun ride back. We just picked it up and kept cruising. We flew past the cop on the road too, so when I crashed, I was like, I gotta get this bike up, you know, it wouldn't start. Had to cycle it real quick before it would take off. I should have took the second to, you know, make sure nothing was leaking. Luckily nothing was, so I didn't go down again, but I just hurried and started picking up the fairing pieces and throwing them in my backpack, and I was like, let's go. I was pissed. Got up like literally a week before, the weekend before FD, because they came to Utah for the first time. That was awesome. I'll get into that a little bit. I'll make a short video of the FD experience too. And my ride along with Rudy Hansen. We'll get into that though in a minute. I just wanted to show you guys this damage, let you guys see that. So it's gonna be a minute before any track days or anything like that for this bike, which is unfortunate because there is a track day today at Apex, which I was gonna be up there riding the bike today and getting some footage, and then tomorrow's the drift event. We're about to cover that too. I know I said all last year that the goal was to make it to one, and we're going to. But yeah, I got a couple cars to show you guys that I don't think I've shown on the channel yet. So let's take a walk down the garage and I'll show you guys what's going on with all that. Yeah, it's unfortunate though, man. Baby's wrecked. Whole line of Gixxers there. Unfortunately, mine's tanked. But yeah, and then hopefully we can get some footage of this in the future, because this car is a beast, man. Good God, I love this car. You used to have the, I'll show you guys a quick little bit of it real quick. You used to have the race seats in there and the harnesses and the bar, but he took all that out because he just likes the comfortability of driving, but on the street anyways. But he does track this car quite often. He goes to LS Fest every year. This thing is just beautiful. Anyway, see you guys in the garage. Oh, one quick thing before we go down the garage, I forgot to cover this. Nick, when we got back from California from Laguna Seca, we took him to a specialist, and they told him that the doctors in Cali were just out of their goddamn minds thinking he was okay. I guess his bones were so separated that the one was broken and digging into his muscle, cutting it up, and it's causing him insane pain. We took him home. As soon as we got home, took him to a specialist. That's what they told him. They put him in surgery. Now he's got a plate with like 4 screws in his collarbone. I'll see if I can put a picture in real quick. Yeah, he's all ready to go again. And I was gonna mention too, the funny thing when I crashed the bike. So the white car that was in the oncoming, they pulled over and stopped, and it was this elderly couple. They were like, I don't know, I want to say in their 80s. They were probably like in their 60s or something, just an older couple, and they were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm all cut up, but I'm fine, I'm used to this. I've had road rash plenty of times, even though these ones were pretty deep. Like some of them I should have got stitches, but I didn't. But anyways, they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh my God." They're like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "I'm fine. Like, I'm used to this. Like, will you guys just help me pick up my bike?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm sure you're fine. Like, are you sure you're fine?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like, "I broke my back last November dirt biking. Like, this is nothing new to me." And they're just like, "Jesus Christ." The old man helped me lift up my bike, and I was like, "Thank you so much." He's like, "Man, this is heavy." I'm like, "Yeah, they're a little hefty." And said some other things, and they drove off. They probably will never forget me. They probably thought I was some crazy lunatic, but it's what I live for, man. Let's go down to the garage and check that all out. See you guys down there. Alright, what's up guys? We're in the garage. Got a lot of big updates to talk to you guys about down here. Sorry for the noise. My uncle opened up a stupid bike shop next door, so gotta deal with that. But so first thing, finally got my own bay to store all my cars at. Got the Stang, the Lude, the 240s, the 350. We'll get to those in a sec. But I finally got my own area to put all my cars, which is a big, huge plus for me because I've never had that. So look, now they're not sitting out in the sun getting baked and whatnot. But me and my dad put these up like last month or so. He's got that side, I got this side, my rack, all my stuff, all the parts I've been putting on the cars and whatnot. I don't know why my camera is having the hardest time focusing. There we go. Anyways, yeah, I got it all set up over here. It's pretty sweet. Got the tire walls here, all my fluids, pretty much everything. It's pretty cool. So this car is one of the cars I have not shown on the page yet. It's my S13 Coupe. The plans for this car is to cut the front end, the rear end, full cage. I'd like to compete in pro spec in this car someday, even though I'm just starting out. I know that's a pretty big goal, but you know what? That's what I cage, so radiator and everything will be in the back, full tubular front, rear. We'll cage it. Show you a little bit of it so far though. The reason I haven't been driving it is because the turbo oil seals are bad. It's got the CD009 in it, so I took the output shaft seal. I replaced that on the tranny. Well, you can't see it under here, but the drive shaft from the previous owner, it snapped, and it just sat in there and tore it all up. So I put the new output shaft seal in there and some sealant around it to try and stop the leak. It slowed it down a lot, but it still leaks slightly, which sucks. I pulled all the wrap off this car though. Washed that guy's clutch kicker banner off, all that. This is the inside of the car. I want to replace this energy wheel. It's the only one I had at the time. But it's got the buckets, harness bar. Now for the real gem. Let me show you what's under this thing. Now, I don't know what I want to do with it yet, because it does have a 1.5J in, 1.5. I put that new oil catch can in as well because the old one was broken and was sitting on the belt driving around. It was terrible. So I put that in, got that fixed too. That's about all I did with this car so far. When it's ready for comp and I'm doing all that, I might just pull the JZ out and put an LS in it, just for the higher horsepower reliability, I guess you could say. I'm 2J'ing this one as well, so you guys can check that out. It's pretty nice. I really like it. These are my favorite cars, these S13 coupes. They're my favorite of all time. I mean, there's other cars I really like too, but so this one's just got the KA in it. I haven't really done anything to it yet besides put the bash bars on in the wheel, but we'll get to that. This car, I want to 2JZ swap turbo, get that stew, you know. That's what we like. Oh yeah, I replaced the battery in this car too, put a new battery in it, but that's about all I've done to it so far. I want to make this one my clean dream build. I am going to set it up for drifting still, but it'll be a car that I can drive on the street, take the shows and enjoy, and still whip around every now and then. She's pretty freaking clean. It's the new wheel I put in. I will replace this wheel and get a grip royal on all the car wheels. I've seen some things from the energy wheels and I don't trust them. They're pretty easy to break and that's a no-go. But I got the nice disconnect in there, so I'll just get a grip royal wheel, kind of touch it all together. But this car is in pretty good shape. Really, it's just got that cut in the seats and some cracks in the dash, but that's normal. But everything else in this car is in pretty damn good shape. I want to make this my dream car, so that's the plan with this one. I might take it to an event every now and then. The only problem is I'll have to dump the coolant run water wetter, which is fine. But there's my two S13s, my babies. Now the Lude, I know it's a front wheel drive Honda, but I've actually seen some people showing some love to these lately, which is pretty cool. I'm not really going to do anything with this car on the channel too much. It's mainly just going to be my nice daily. I would like to turbo it eventually, but she's in super clean shape. So I had one of these when I was 15 because I've been working for my family business since I was a little kid, and I had a 92 4th gen Lude, was what I bought for my first car. The only difference between this one and that one is the center console. And the one that I had, the center console went all the way back and divided these two seats so there was like no room. This one has just got the small console, which is pretty nice. Kind of opens that up a lot, but yeah, I love the dashes of these cars. Wish I brought my keys so I could light it up for you. It's one of my favorite things about them, and they're just so fun to cruise. I am going to replace this whole wheel setup. I don't like it. It's just a used one that came with the car, so I took the stock wheel out and put it in. But eventually, I'd like to make this a very nice daily. Get a little, that'd be sweet when I put the turbo in. This car, the Stang. I've owned this car for about 11 years now. I bought it when I was 16, right after when I had my old Prelude. I bought this and I couldn't keep them both, so I had to sell the Lude. So I've had this car for almost 11 years now, just a few months off of 11 years of ownership. Mainly used it for autocross and track days. She's dirty right now. The only car that's clean in this whole place is the 350 because I got it ready for tomorrow. But yeah, I'll probably be selling this because unfortunately one of the bad things I want to talk to you guys about is I have left my job. I've been there my whole life. It's a family thing. But my family is just shitty people and I can't do it anymore. It's time for me to break apart, do my own thing, chase my dreams, and not spend my life there getting messed over. It's too much. I didn't have time to do this. I was working 100 hours every 2 weeks. So I'm going to take a couple months and try to really get this YouTube thing going. This is what I really want to do. I really enjoy it. It's everything I love doing, and editing, I like doing that. So I'll get better at everything as time goes on. To you day oneers, I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So anyways, this is the car that we put the most work in. I will put it on the lift here in a second to kind of show you everything, but she's all shined up right now. I washed her in speed waxer last night. She's going to her first drift event tomorrow. My first drift event. Kept saying last year in the videos when we go to the track days that I was going to go out there with the Salt City Drift. And we're finally going to make it. I've pulled everything out of the rear end here, as you can see, so it's completely empty, so all the smoke billows. I put the hard differential bushings in there on the frame and the bushing. It's the ears of the diff that are in the back. I got the Z1 high capacity diff cover on it, helps with the cooling too. Got the diff brace on because these are only bolted in by like one stud, so they break like crazy. So it's really stout now on the back end. The only problem is the welded diff driving. Kind of sucks to drive around now. You get all that hop. One of the things I'm really stoked about, I got my Grip Roy wheels signed by Chelsea DeNofa. That FD, super hyped on that. I've gone and I've ripped out the AC, the radio, all the controls. Can't see, but underneath the dash I pulled out the passenger airbag, all the AC stuff, the cabin air filter, that's all gone. I have completely stripped the entire rear end of the car as well. I've pulled out all the plastic. Just trying to save a little bit of weight. I'm just gonna run this has got the VQ30, the VQ35HR is what's in it. I got the HR motor in it. The car is at 84,000 miles right now. I bought it pretty good because I just wanted a seat time car, because that one's gonna be, that 13 up there is gonna be my main like comp car. So I want this to be my seat time car, a car I can really hone the skills, get good at, and then for competition we'll transition into the S13. But when this HR pops, the plan is to LS swap it, get some more power out of it, and really turn it up. The only thing it's missing, unfortunately, I have the hydro brake set up, but and everything, the calipers, the lines, the brackets for the calipers, I got it all, brake pads, everything. I just ran out of time. I couldn't put them in time before the drift event. So there's one more drift event going on this year. So they're drifting today and tomorrow. Salt City Drift, they're doing their Bonneville Bash today and tomorrow. I don't have the budget right now for tires and everything because I'm unemployed now. Just got to figure everything out. Unfortunately, that's probably why I'm going to end up selling the Stang, is because, God, why is my camera doing this? Is because just to get the funds and try to help keep this page going. I've kind of outgrown autocross. It's kind of bullshit. Although I would like to keep the car, to keep going and doing track days with my pops, because I really enjoy spending time with him and doing that stuff. It's awesome. That, and I really love this car. It's my first real car. But times change. I got to move on. Like, I want to chase this dream, so I got to do what's got to be done. Things are going to get a little rough for a little while, but I just can't keep working for those selfish people. The only thing they care about is money. So I can't do that anymore. It's time to make a change my life, and strive for it. So I really appreciate every one of you guys who tune into this stuff. Anyways, let's move on to the front of the car. So, well, one thing on the back end real quick. I pulled these bumpers off. I cut the bumpers. I did really good with these bumpers. I freaking took the only thing I had to do it with was a hardwood ruler, which was a to measure on all these angles and, you know, the curvature of the car and whatnot, but I cut them. I see everybody cut the rear bumpers just straight across. I wanted mine to be a little different, and I like the fins that came on my car on the front and the back, so I wanted to keep those on. But since I ripped everything out, there was nothing to mount the bottom of the bumper to, so on both sides I just got some zip ties holding it, so when I'm going down the road the bumper's not flaring out. But it turned out really good. I'm really hyped on that. Really flush. First try cut on both bumpers turned out perfect, so I was stoked on that. Got the tow hook on. The front bumper I honestly just cut straight across and then put these quick releases on, and then they're bolted up here front. For the front end I got the bash bar on, got the C-Trab power steering cooler mounted. I will eventually get some hose pieces and fix these lines, because the C-Trab on the video that they're installing, the power steering hard lines come around this way and the hoses are real nice and flush, but mine is not like that. They came down from up here for some reason, so I'll change that and get all these wiring out of the way and make that side clean like this side. I got the Mishimoto oil cooler on. I pulled out the AC condenser and all that, put in the Mishimoto radiator. Real nice. So these lines, when I went to put them on, Mishimoto sent them, and they were like a foot or maybe 2 feet too long. It was crazy how long they were. But I went to Eric's House of Hose, I believe is the place, the store name. So if you guys are in northern Utah and you need some good hosing, radiator, whatever, they'll get you covered. They didn't even charge me. They cut these lines and refit the Mishimoto fittings. Real nice people. They took care of me. Hopefully they will take care of you as well. I guess you can see I got the Mishimoto thermostatic oil plate on there as well, so it's not pumping cold oil into my engine all the time. That's a must if you're going to run oil cooler. You really want that. Let's pop this hood real quick. Maybe I don't need to get it on the lift to show you guys everything. That's pretty much the gist of it. So I got the new Mishimoto radiator hoses on to go with the new radiator. Got a new racing thermostat in there. You can't see, I had to change the bolts though. Mishimoto didn't send hardware and the stock ones didn't fit, but we went and bought some that worked perfect. I installed the Mishimoto baffled oil can catch kit, which was interesting because it's got 2 cans, so it has 4 hoses. That was kind of a nightmare for my first oil can install, but it's rocking. Everything's doing pretty good. Finally gonna go hit our first drift event. Really pumped on that. So some of the news I wanted to share was from FD. I'll make a small video on the FD experience, but it turns out Rudy Hansen, the Pro Spec driver, he made it to the grade 8 too in Pro Spec at FD SLC, but my dad knows his dad from LS Fest apparently. So Sunday, the day after FD, the Salt City Drift was holding an event down there called Bros Before Pros, and JTP and everybody was there. And, Rudy Hansen was there, and he gave me a ride in his S13 LS. I believe it's an LS3, 700 horsepower. It's supercharged, real sick car. I'll make a video on that with the inside the FD video as well. But they invited me to go up to their property because they do winter drifting during the winter. They said January and February, and they invited me up there to go drift with them. They said stud your tires because they drift on a frozen lake. So I'm going to definitely try to make that. That'll be an awesome video. I can't wait to do that in the future. I want to start connecting, making connections, and this is what I really want to do. I want to be somebody in the drift world, so gotta make it happen somehow. Dad, all my favorite YouTubers, you know, they all pretty much started out doing that, you know, knowing nothing, and now they're all building their own cars, and I don't know, it's just what I want to do. So I'm gonna take a couple months, get this stuff going really good, and yeah, hopefully it works out. Anyways, what I was saying is it'll take a couple months. We'll get this going. I'm gonna work on my editing. I want to get better at everything. It just takes a lot of work. I'll get better as we go on, though. So, just a couple other things I want to talk about, but my mind's kind of going blank right now. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Mine went kind of blank on me. There's just so much I got to talk about. I want to cover in this video the best I can. I figured, though, I'll show you guys the stang, a little bit of it. It is dirty. Needs a bath. Unfortunately, you can tell how dirty it is, but dude, when this paint is clean and shiny, this car is beautiful. The bullet green is just something else. Car was all stock, besides the Pro charger in it, but that's about it. And the battery rewire location kit, but other than that, this car is completely stock. It's got the bullet interior, because it is a bullet. Limited edition interior, gauge cluster, all that. Yeah, she is super clean. She runs on nitromethane. I'm just kidding. Got that at the NHRA track. But nah, she's really clean. Let's show you. If I can find it. So many cars, where's it at? There we go. This is hard one-handed. Here we go. Got the Pro Charger coolant tank where the battery would normally sit. Pro Charger. It's only on 8 pounds. It's like around 420, 430, something like that horsepower-wise. Not to the wheel, but yeah, it's not like it's a monster, but she gets, man. She's a really fun car. Had a lot of good times, a lot of good experiences in it. Been a great car. I really don't want to see it go. It's gonna break my heart to sell this thing, but like I said, I really want to make this a dream of reality, so I gotta make the sacrifices and do what needs to be done. The weird thing about these cars, trunk pop is in the glove box, that little yellow button right there. Very interesting. I always thought that was kind of weird about this car, but I guess I didn't need to pop it because I have it open. I didn't even think of that. So the battery sits, my number plates, all that. Yeah, she's been an amazing car. I will be sad to see that go, but I want to make this stuff happen. So I forgot to cover. This is a Street Faction bash bar, and the one on the front is a limited fab. The one on the back of the S13, the silver one, that's the True Focus bash bar too, because I really like how they have the jack point, the license plate, and the tow hook mount. I love a lot of things these guys put out. I forgot to cover. I got the Street Faction fire extinguisher mount in here as well, the seat one, because I don't have a harness bar in yet for the harness mount. So I'll probably change that eventually, but that's just for now. This one, I forgot to mention this though, so it's got the Street Fab bar on the bag. The front one though I got from Injuku Racing. No hate towards Injuku, I love them, I buy a lot of their parts. Hopefully one day they'll sponsor me, that's a big goal of mine. But I just do not like this bar. I want to get the True Focus Fab one. I think it would look a lot better, and it wouldn't be dragging like that. This one I won't be putting bash bars on, just simply because I'm doing the tubular front, tubular rear. And that one, I want to get the True Focus Fab side bash bars on it for the 350. I'd like to get that done as well in the future. And also, my brother wants to go to the dunes for his birthday. My birthday is literally in like 3 days. It's kind of cool that I finally get to make it to a drift event like 2 days before my birthday, so it's kind of like my early celebration, I guess you could say. Not that anything happens on my birthday when you get this old, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be 27, very sad. Anyways, I haven't been on this bike since I broke my back, actually. Still got all the red sand on it from St. Jeezy. You can tell. But I did go down there like 2 months after I broke my back and I rode my dad's bike. I don't know if you guys seen that video or not, but I went pretty hard in that video. I wasn't taking it as easy as I should have. But so we're gonna take a dune trip here pretty soon, because today is October 1st. My birthday is the 4th. My brother and I are exactly 4 years and 2 weeks apart, so his is the 18th. So we'll be up there, go on a dune trip with the bikes. We'll get those ready on Monday, which I'm really excited for that, because it's been a while since I've been to the dunes. I can't wait to go do some good ride and get some good footage. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be a good video. I am going to run over and check everything over one last time on this car, and I'll see you guys at the drift event tomorrow. Super stoked, super excited, making things happen. Dreams are coming true. Super pumped. Can't wait to share it with you guys. The only thing is, this car is missing the hydro and the angle kit. I have the hydro, but I will need to get an angle kit. I don't want to get a cheap one. I'd like the Wise Fab so I don't have to worry about them ever breaking. Problem is the funds right now, because like I said, I don't have a job right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to make the last drift event either on the 29th. I'm gonna try my best, but as of right now, I don't know. Unless I can sell that, really, but I hustle and torn about it. But. So yeah, anyway, I was gonna mention too, when this engine goes and I put the LS in it, we will put a two-way in there and get rid of the welded diff, just for the added drift control and slide control and whatnot when I'm really getting serious. These cars, I'll probably both do two-way diffs in it as well. This one has a welded IS300 diff in it at the moment, but and yeah. But I'm happy to finally show you guys all this stuff. I hope to get that going soon too. I've just been putting all the work and time and effort into this car so far, but it's finally there, so hopefully I can start working on these. That's my next two main things, work on these and the Prelude. I might not be able to keep my new F-150 either because of the job situation, but my dad's a boss and said that if I do have to get rid of it, then he'll let me use this truck to take my cars to and from the events, which is really awesome. And I want to give my pops a quick shout out too for helping me get the diff welded, get the diff put back in, and help me drill this tow hook. You're a badass. Thank you, because that I would not have been able to do by myself. That was a lot. But this one, so this front tow hook from Z1, this is supposed to go into the bumper support, because there's a hole that sits about right here on the stock bumper support, and that threads into it. But I've taken that off and put a bash bar on. So what we had to do is, and I'm really happy this worked. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we took some bits, we drilled out this bash bar, the plastic and the metal frame. Back there we got a bolt that fits the specialty threading. Went to the bolt and nut supply store yesterday and got that all squared away, and really super happy with how that turned out. So now I probably didn't need the one on the front because I got one on the back, but I wanted that little pop, and I think it looks really good. So glad that all worked out. What up, G?
Do we even have a fire pit anymore?
I don't know where it's at, man.
Yeah, it was sitting right up there, man. Probably somebody stole it.
Yeah. Let me see if. Let me help my bro find this fire pit real quick.
Looking for the fire pit, but I think I know where it's at. It's up by garbage.
Yeah, it's all stripped. Pulled the windshield washer off. The motor out. Capped it. What are you saying about these cars?
They're doing a trash car racing or something like that.
Oh my God.
Let Casey know to buy the whole lot.
I know, I need to go buy a 95 Tercel and go send her.
Well, hey, yeah, I just
I'll see you guys.
Just wanted to say that to you.
That's it for the garage tour. See you guys in just a sec.
You like those, don't you?
Do I like those? This is what he was saying. I'd buy a
My brother was on the phone with my dad. He said, "Don't tell Casey about it. He'll buy these things." Dude, that thing is tight. Look at the pipes coming out that much. They're just like derby racers. What are these? Oh, that is tight. Dude, that's hard, man. That's hard, bruh. I'll take that one right there, man. That's sick. It's an old Stang, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight.
Old beat up Stang.
I like the two pipes coming right out the fucking hood on that. That's awesome. Yeah, but these guys like the party, bro.
Yeah.
It's parked right outside of the old good house. Yeah, you guys are probably right. I'd definitely buy one of those. Right on, man. Alright, so that was the updates, the good news, the bad news. I'll throw in I forgot to say that I'd throw in some clips of the cars while we were down there talking about them, so I'll probably throw in some cell phone clips of the S13s and maybe some Mustang clips in here too, just so you guys can see those and hear those run, because I haven't done any filming with them yet. I'm excited to get those cars going though, everything going. I will be doing my best to try to balance everything right now, not having money coming in, and you know, but I'm just going to do my best with getting YouTube going. This is what I want to do. I thank you all for sticking around if you made it through the whole video and you guys are following. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Please comment. I want to hear your thoughts, you know, what cars you want to see more, if you guys want more bike footage, anything like that. I will try to comment to everybody that can. And yeah, I made a list of notes. Sorry, I said I'd get better at this, but oh yeah, I guess I covered everything. But yeah, thank you guys again. I'm excited to get this stuff going, and yeah, big things coming, man. Big things coming. I just gotta figure some stuff out and grind hard, but we're gonna do this. Thank you guys. Till next time. See you guys tomorrow for the drift event. I'm probably going to rotate it a lot because it ain't got the angle kit on it. That welded disc pretty insane. It just whips now. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. See you guys out there. Peace.